Now that we have our autoregressive model, how do we estimate it? The good thing is that we can use ordinary least squares to estimate our equation. So our equation, remember, is yt equals the intercept plus the slope on yt minus 1 plus the residual, right? And the mechanics of it is that you have this data and you have the value for the first period, you have the value for the second period, and 2 times t minus 1, and you have in total t, or capital T, data points, right? And what you do is that you kind of partition the data such that these data points, they become the yt variable, and the lagged value would be these, the yt minus 1. So what you would do in Excel or in Stata, you would create the yt variable, and in this column, you would have y2, y3, and up to y capital T, and you would create the lagged value of yt minus 1, and that would contain the y1, y2, and up to y capital T minus 1. Okay, so now you can just regress. These would be your y variables, and these would be your kind of x variables, right? And you could just run the regression and get an estimate of the intercept and the slope. So this would be for a one or a first order autoregressive model, and for a second order autoregressive model, you would just add the yt minus 2 variable here, and but we are not doing that now. What I would mention is that as you're taking this lag, you're reducing the sample size by 1, because when you take this yt minus 1, there is no corresponding 1 period lag for the first instance, or the first data point, because that would be the number y0, and we don't have that in our data set. So whenever you take lags, you reduce the number of data points with the same amount as the lag size. So, and regarding the forecasting, you can only use information that you have up until the forecast. So let's say this is time, and this is the y value, and this is time capital T, this is time 1, which means that you have the data points between and including these time periods, right? But you would like to make a forecast for time capital T plus 1. And with this model, you could use the the value of y in the previous period to say something about the value of y one period into the future. That would be a direct forecast. If you just iterate these forecasts, you can make forecasts for a long time into the future, but with more uncertainty, of course. So maybe your estimate would be something like this.